I'm Andrew Korver. I'm with GCP Applied Technologies, here with Robertson Contracting. Today we're looking at a VYCOR enV-S job. This is a fully adhered, self-adhered house wrap. It's designed to be more energy efficient for the homeowner in terms of HVAC savings. 7 times less air leakage than your leading house wrap. We've compared this to Tyvek in that example. So for Jordan and his application team, this is a membrane 40 inches wide, 120 feet long. That's 400 square feet in the box, effectively 360 square feet when you take into account the lap. This can be installed horizontally or vertically, so it gives the installation team a little bit of flexibility. The merits of a fully adhered system is every fastener that we drive through this membrane as we're installing siding or trim components, get a nice watertight gasket around that fastener. Because it is fully adhered, if we were to get any moisture intrusion, it can't translate or travel laterally. So that's isolated to where that moisture penetration is. The membrane is translucent, so the benefit to the contractor might be you could leave information for other trades, or you could see sheathing joints where you'd want to nail additional product like siding. The VYCOR enV-S can be installed horizontally or vertically, just to allow for more flexibility in the construction sequencing. So for Jordan, you might want to touch on why we decided to go vertical on this wall.
So I thought when we were going to apply it to the wall that it was nice that we were able to sit the box on the ground and be able to pull it up the wall. We're definitely going to try it also horizontally to see if it's any easier or even that we get the opportunity to try it both ways, and that way at least we know moving forward that we have the opportunity to do it either way depending on the application. Andrew had talked about too, if you're on a 2-story building, well, it's going to be really hard to do that from top to bottom. So it's good that on a project like this where we got nice flat ground and it's a rancher, we get the opportunity to do it horizontally and then be able to weigh out the differences of where that impacts and how we may save time doing it one way or the other as we move around the house and figure out, okay, for different applications we have a little bit of A and a little bit of B, and that we can all kind of mix between the two as long as we're getting that positive lap.
So Jordan, for your crew, one additional benefit of the fully adhered house wrap systems is that there's less rework for you should we encounter a windy day. So once it's fully adhered and we have the release liner off, we've done firm hand pressure or J-roller to apply the product. You get a windstorm, this isn't blowing off like you'd see with your Tyvek or your Typar product.
Nobody wants to go and pull the Tyvek off the neighbor's house. This is not going to do that. So we just finished snapping a line and we're gonna put on this passive tape, which is gonna seal the plywood to the concrete. So on a house, this area right here is a really leaky spot in the house. What happens when you end up getting your blower door test on the house, it ends up getting sucked under your plate. And when that happens, it'll bring in moisture and that's where you can have rot and stuff. So we're gonna seal that up with this product here, which is a passive tape.
Passive seal.
Passive seal. So yeah, so anyways, we're gonna put that on and we'll move on to the next step. Okay. So
pressure sensitive or whatever, isn't it?
So we started to put on the corners of the VYCOR enV-S, and we decided to do this so that when it does roll the corner, we've got a little bit more protection and that we're less likely to have chances of ripping and tearing. We're going to end up starting the corner with a 6-inch overlap and then working our way into this corner. We have to roll out all this material, or heavy with the hand. Probably want to have a glove so you're not catching it on nails and sticking out piece of wood. So the roller, get your hand out of the way, a little safer. Okay, good. We got some to work with. So we're just starting to put our first piece of VYCOR enV-S on, and we've brought it to the top of the plate, or the top of the wall here. We've ran it down. We've left it inside of the box to make sure we keep it nice and tidy. And we've got the passive seal on the bottom here. So we're gonna cut that off. We have a level line that we put on the wall to make sure that when we wrap it around the corner, we've got at least a 6-inch lap. And then we're gonna keep running it from here and going this way. I don't know how long the box will put up with that abuse, but we got it for now.
What that does is, pulling at a 45, you're going to put kind of even pressure on both ends of that membrane. So left, right, up. Should be a nice tight
So yet again, we're gonna roll this all out. Now that we got this piece on here, the first one is always a pain in the butt, but we're moving forward and it's gonna go better with every piece.
Because this membrane can go horizontally or vertically,
Yeah.
if we end up with a wrinkle and we're installing horizontally on that leading edge, that top edge of the field of the membrane,
Yeah.
we would call that a fish mouth.
Right.
There's no fish mouths on a vertical installation like this. We're not worried at all about these wrinkles.
Right.
Because they're in the face of the membrane, they don't affect permeability. It's fully tight, so water can't really, travel laterally if water were to get in.
Right.
Don't be concerned about wrinkles in the face of the membrane.
Okay.
We'll address a fish mouth if we see one, but stuff like this, completely normal with self-adhered roofing and siding products.
Okay. Sweet.
But yeah, I get a lot of questions about this.
Well, we're gonna stick that corner.
So I would run VYCOR but just when you pull tight here, if you want that 2-inch lap.
Oh, I see. You got a big hole.
Because this one right here is it's fine. Yeah, a little leak. Can be done with one, better with two.
I feel like it's just, you get a system going, even if it's just one guy.
Staging your little adhesion points to tacking both ends at the top, leaving the release liner on, getting it square, and then just holding it down all at once. It really, you can one-man it pretty easy once you figured it out. But 6 inches in every direction, so you end up with a reverse lap always when you're doing repair.
Yeah.
get a little sealant, you just butter that top edge of the repair, because that is the definition of a reverse lap, where you don't have that shingle.
Right, yeah.
So let's say this little proud edge of a piece of timber or whatever that is, the plywood, no problem. We can cut that out. We
Right.
can grab the snap knife, we can cut a circle, we can dig that out nice and flush if that's going to affect your James Hardy.
Right.
And then cut a piece of repair membrane, square, round, rectangle, I don't really care. Whatever that leading edge is, let's grab some sealant, let's butter it, let's smooth it out, and then you're done.
Okay.
Double layer, doesn't affect permeability, easy to repair.
Okay. Okay. Okay, next piece. I know you say that. I agree you're saying that,
I know.
but it still drives me nuts.
I hear you.
So on this house, we're using this passive tape for around the windows. We're gonna use it down the sides, along the top. We gotta make sure that this bottom's opened up, and that if there is any water that gets trapped under the sill, that it's got the option to come out here and then run down this face here. So this is passive tape. It's a high performance air barrier tape in replacement of tuck tape. It's great to work with. Like here, I'll show you right now. You can take it out and you can really stretch it, which is like, I can't explain to you guys enough how nice that is when you have the ability to be able to stretch it out and work with it. Like that teared, but like we're on the end, but it's so nice when you be able to go like around a corner or whatever, and it has the ability to stretch, because so often you're trying to do this origami and the pieces are just, you know, you get a little bit more length out of the piece and you're doing less laps, which saves you time and also makes it a lot easier. Something that I would say also about this VYCOR enV-S is that it actually did a really good job of the origami too. So where's an outside corner? So you can see up at this outside corner, we ended up having to cut little pieces and so that we could fill in the hole. And actually it did stick really well, even small pieces to be lapping over each other. So I was really happy and surprised about its ability to be able to flex around things and hold together. How do I want to approach this? Okay.
You may have noticed a change.
Yeah. So after we got this on, we realized that we ended up having a reverse lap. So we used to have this material up to here, and we realized, okay, so we missed our shingling. So what we've done is we've ended up having to pull this up, and now we've tucked a piece up in behind here. And then what we're gonna do to make sure we still have our air tightness is we're gonna put another piece of tape. But this window, it still has the ability to drain out the bottom, which is our main goal. Air tightness is also high on the goals, and we're gonna be able to do that with the passive tape, but we're not gonna have to worry about water. And water is the thing that we have to worry about the very most on a house. So sometimes using new things, you have to work your way through the process, and this is one of the things we had to do. So away we go. So our air barrier on the exterior of the house actually comes through this garage wall and ties in and goes right across the front of the house, because you have to have this continuous line all the way around the house. And that's really important that you don't lose connection. So when we're detailing it, that you have to kind of think a couple of steps ahead as you're going through the build to make sure that you're not getting out of sequence. So sometimes you're putting like little pieces of material in just so that you can tie that in later on. So yeah. So today we tried out this new self-adhered membrane. We had the reps out, Andrew and Ryan, which was great. There was definitely some things that we didn't foresee, which it happens on every project. So every project is a prototype. Some projects are a little bit more of a prototype because when you haven't tried something new, you have to do that and have the ability to want to break out of your comfort zone, because you're never going to be able to get better if you're not trying something new. So we did this membrane and I'm happy that we did it. So far, it's been pretty slow, and I hope that as we go around the house, it does start to speed up. All in all though, I'm really excited by the value that hopefully this brings. If everything that Andrew talked about does happen on the project, I'll be really excited. We're gonna try and see how airtight we can get on this house. Right now, unfortunately, as far as I know, last time I checked, there isn't any grants through BC Housing right now. So we though wanna make sure that we are continuing to build a better house. And we're gonna make sure that we keep doing blower door tests, whether there is grants or not grants, because if you're not continuing to learn, what are we doing here? You got to continue to learn, get better, try and do the best job that you can, and that's what we want to do at Robertson Contracting. So yeah, I'm happy that we did it. I'm looking forward to continuing to put up the product, and I see the value in it. And you know, I had conversations with other contractors in the neighborhood. You know, for instance, I talked about that it took longer, right? Well, you can't compare. It's not apples to apples. Yes, it may still be a WRB compared to some other paper or Tyvek or what have you, but you're getting such a better opportunity to have a tighter envelope. So that's why we wanted to do it. I'm looking forward to continuing down this road of innovation and improvement. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. And we're gonna have more, so make sure you come back. We also have planned here in the next little while, we are going to start a podcast, so stay tuned for that. And I'm excited to have people on like Ryan and Andrew and discuss, you know, what their thoughts are of where the industry is going and what's important, and also talk about, you know, having other trades, even the trades that I work with, about how they're approaching their work right now with, you know, shortages and stuff like that. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Bye for now. At Robertson Contracting, we do contracting with communication. So if you'd like your house built with communication, call us today.